After discussion. Assalomu alaykum, hurmatli nomzodlar. Bugun Toshkent davlat yuridik universiteti huzuridagi Muhitdinova nomidagi akademik litseyni ingliz tili fani o'qituvchisi lavozimiga tanlov e'lon qilingan. Tanlovning 3-bosqichi suhbat bosqichida hozir bo'lyapmiz. Qisqa qilib aytib o'tib ketaman. Jami 40 nafar nomzod topshirgan ushbu lavozimga. Shundan 21 nafari tanlovning test bosqichida ruxsat berilgan. Qolgan 16 nafar mutaxassisligi to'g'ri kelmaganligi uchun sababli rad etilgan. 3 nafari o'z xohishlari bilan hujjatlarini qaytarib olgan. Tanlovning test bosqichidan 19 nafari o'tgan. Shundan hozir suhbat bosqichiga 7 nafar nomzod hozir bo'lib keldi. Keling. Demak, bugungi tanlovimiz suhbat bosqichida tanishtirib o'tiraman. Har bir nomzod bir marta komissiyasiga chaqirilganimiz savol topshiradi. Savolda 3 ta savol chiqadi. Tayyorlanish uchun 10 daqiqa vaqt beriladi. Savollarga javob og'zaki beriladi va javoblaringiz avtomatik nima orqali, YouTube orqali translyatsiya bo'ladi. Sizlarni baholangan komissiyani tarkibi bilan tanishtirib o'tiraman. Guliyeva akademik direktori, komissiya raisi, Mamirqulov direktorning o'quvchilar bo'yicha o'rinbosari, komissiya raisi o'rinbosari, Mamadiyev Abrorjon, Toshkent davlat yuridik universiteti xususiy ta'lim bo'limi mas'ul xodimi, masofaga kirib sizni baholaydilar. G'ayib Muhitdinova yurisprudensiya komissiya a'zosi, Sotvoldieva Shahnoza komissiyani kotibi baholashda ishtirok etmaydi, tashkiliy masalalarga yordam beradi. Shuningdek, Adliya vazirligi tasdiqlagan HR menejment to'g'risidagi nizom talablaridan kelib chiqib, sizlarni vakansiyangiz e'lon qilingan lavozimda o'ziga xos xususiyat borligi uchun, ya'ni ingliz tilida gapirishni inobatga olib, akademik litsey tillar kafedrasining kafedra mudiri va bosh o'qituvchisi ekspert sifatida tavsiya etilgan. Ular baholashda ishtirok etmaydi. Bular faqat o'z xulosasini komissiyasiga taqdim etadi. Komissiya xulosiga qarab baholaydi. Tushunarlimi? Ushbu tanlovda ishtirok etish uchun sog'lig'ingizni to'sqinlik qiluvchi holatlar bo'lsa aytib o'tasiz. Yo'q-a? Xo'p. Abdulvohidov Asrorjon. Savollar tanlashingiz mumkin. 3 nafar nomzod Abdulvohidov Asrorjon, Tursunalieva Barno va Sulton Ma'mun Shivakzora. Hozir to'g'ri chiqib turaverasizmi? Chaqiramiz. Telefonlarini Shahnozaga topshirib qo'yasizlar. Shahnoza, hamma kirishi bilan bering deb qo'yasiz.
Asrorjon, anaqa sizga nima qilaysiz?
Yo'q, stol.
Shu vaqtda kimlar o'qiydi?
Yok, bunu sınavda.
Uzun
İkinci.
nomidagi gösterisi.
Ben şurada повезло.
Bu noktalarda komisyanın vakolatları zaxira oluşan 3 tane mesela постойность, штатный тavsiya qilamiz. Onların zaxiralari ish beruvchini o'zini qilmayotgan
Mevzu. Koşukça burada. Можно так спустить часов.
Есть экран. Он аризамен чекетами, üstüne yazıları mekanı. Keyin qildilar. Ikkimisini boshqa kishiga beraman hammasi. Mana ulardan bittasiga beraman, yo'q qo'yaman. Boshqa nima beraman, ikkalasi. Dab emas chiqdi. Ya, yok.
Ama orada. Mutlaka. Sertifikat alındı. Sınava gittim. Bazen uçan geçer, bunu şahsırıyor ama ona kalmaz. Yok, boşuna kalmaz. Vaqt qarab qo'ygansana qizim.
20 manda.
Asrorbek vaqtingiz qoldi. Keling. Hop. Siz ajoyib almashtirib olasiz. Hozir o'tirmoqchi bo'lgan ko'zingizni o'tirtiring. Yo'q o'tirtiring. Yo'q o'tiring deb turing. Asrorbek. Hop. Baholanish tartibingizni tushuntirib qo'yaman. Meni bermoqsizlar.
Qolganlar baholashlar.
Savolga javob bera olmaslik 0 ball. 1 balldan 7 ballgacha savol bo'yicha umumiy tushunchaga ega emasligi. 4 balldan 7 ballgacha savolga umumiy yoki qisman javob berish va 8 dan 10 ballgacha savolga to'liq va atroflicha javob berish hisoblanadi. O'zingiz familiyangizni tanishtirasiz va qaysi lavozimga nomzod ekanligingizni aytib o'tasiz. Marhamat.
Avvalambor assalomu alaykum, hurmatli o'qituvchilar va nomzodlar. Ismim Asrorbek, familiyam Abduvohidov. Men Namangan Toshkent davlat yuridik universitetining H.K.Muhitdinova nomidagi akademik litsey ingliz tili fanidan o'qituvchi lavozimiga nomzod sifatida tashrif buyurdim. Agar ruxsat bersalaring, savollarga javob berishni boshlayman.
O'qiyavering.
Savol o'qib beraman birinchi, bitta o'qib savolga javob beraman.
Farqi yo'q, sizga savol ko'rinyapti.
Well, the first question is that tell us about their conditional. Well, if I talk about, first of all, if I need to talk about conditional sentence, what are they? We use them to talk about, to talk about conditions and their results. So when it comes to zero conditional sentences, we use it to talk about universal truths. I mean, everybody knows about it. So, and some facts. So, well, if I talk about its formulation, I mean, how do we form the sentence in first conditional sentence? first conditional, we use if plus the sentence should be if plus subject in present simple tense, and then in the second sentence, in the second sentence we use present simple tense too. So, for example, if I give example, if we heat the ice, it melts. Here we can see if we heat the ice, of course it melts. Everybody knows about it, right? Or if we study harder, we can pass the exam. Everybody knows about it, right? So we in the if sentence we are showing condition, and in the second picture we are giving its result. So the second question is in Uzbek. Murojaatlar bo'yicha ish yuritish haqida aytib bering. Birinchi o'rinda murojaat nima desak, murojaat yuridik yoki jismoniy shaxs tomonidan davlat organlariga berilgan axborotnoma desak ham bo'ladi. Murojaatni turlari haqida gapirsam 3 ga bo'linadi: ariza, shikoyat va taklif. Ariza nima? Ariza bu inson huquqlari, erkinliklarini kafolatlash, ya'ni kafolatlari bo'yicha qayergadir murojaat qilish. Ikkinchisi shikoyat esa buzilgan huquqlarni himoya qilish uchun yo'naltirilgan murojaat. Hamda taklif bu biror narsani takomillashtirishga, yaxshilashga qaratilgan murojaat hisoblanadi. Murojaatlar necha kunda ko'rib chiqiladi desa, bu murojaat jo'natilgan kun ertasidan boshlab 15 kun ichida ko'rib chiqiladi. Hamda uzog'i bo'lsa 1 oygacha borishi mumkin. Endi uni agar shakli haqida gapirsam, u chuqur bo'ladi: yozma, og'zaki hamda elektron. Yozma murojaatda siz qog'ozga yozasiz hamda murojaatingizni berasiz. Og'zakida esa o'sha qabul jarayonida, misol qabul bo'layotgan bo'lsa, qabul jarayonida o'z murojaatingizni berasiz va o'sha zahoti siz javobingizni olishingiz mumkin. Elektronda esa siz albatta o'sha veb-sayt yoki mygov.uz orqali o'z murojaatingizni elektron tarzda jo'natasiz. The third question is describe a technological device you recently purchased. Well, now I want to talk about technological device that I bought recently. It happened 2 months ago. Telling the truth, I used to have a computer. I haven't said about its name. It's a computer and I bought it 2 months ago. And telling the truth, I used to have a computer, but it was very old and it didn't work properly, or it was working slowly. So I needed to buy new computer. So, and if I talk about its features, it has great numbers of features because it's so modern and cutting edge device, and it has great power. I mean, its battery is so good and it lasts for 2 days. And if I talk about screen, it can be used as a sensor. I mean, it can be touchpad, so I can do a lot of things by using my hands. I mean, I can touch it and then, well, apart from that, it's easy to carry. I mean, so it's so handy, so I can carry it everywhere when I want. And then, well, it's so useful and beneficial for me because it helps me to do a lot of tasks. For example, I can use it to watch videos on YouTube, or I can use it to prepare my lesson plans, and also I can do some sums. I mean, I can use it as a calculator. So I really value it, and it's my answer. That's it.
Ekspertlarda faqat savol doirasida, tashqariga chiqmaydi, aniqlashtirish uchun savol berish huquqi bor.
That's enough, thank you.
Abrorbek, sizda savol yo'qmi? Asrorjon, keyingi nomzodni chaqirib berasiz.
Можно ro'yxat qo'yish shart.
Sinori. Keling. Pardon, keling.
Assalomu alaykum. Mening ismim Tursunalieva Barno. Men bu litseyda ingliz tili fan o'qituvchiligi nomzodligiga topshirdim hujjatlarimni. Savollardan qo'ying. The first question, explain conjunctions. Question and answer, yes? Okay. Conjunction are grammatical forms. Conjunctions are the words that are connected, ideas, phrases, and words. For example, and, so, but, however, because. And from their meaning, they can differentiate from each other. For example, and, we use and to add informations. For example, I bought an apple and a pen, to add extra information. And but and however to show contrast. I live in here, but I am living now, this place. And so, to show result, we use so. Yeah, I cleaned the house yesterday, so it is clean now. And because, we use because to show reason. For example, I'm a teacher because my mother wants it. That's all for the first question. And the next question in Uzbek. O'zbekiston 2030 strategiyasining 30-bandida yoshlarni zamonaviy kasblar va chet tillarga o'qitish tizimini yaratish borasida nimalar nazarda tutilgan? Prezidentimiz Shavkat Mirziyoyev Miromonovich o'tgan yillar davomida yoshlarga yanada katta imkoniyatlarni berish va yurtimizni yanada katta bosqichlarga olib chiqish uchun O'zbekiston 2030 strategiyalarini tuzib chiqishgan va bu strategiyalarda yoshlarga yana ham katta urg'u bergan holatida 30-bandida yoshlarni zamonaviy kasblar va chet tillarga o'qitish tizimini yaratish borasida bir necha islohotlar qilishgan. Bunga misol keltirib, zamonaviy kasblardan yoshlarni o'rganishligi va ular bu sohalarda yetuk mutaxassislik bo'lishligi uchun ularga juda ham katta sharoitlar yaratishdi. Misol uchun har bitta tuman markazlarida va viloyat markazlarida turli xil IT sohalariga ixtisoslashtirilgan markazlar qurildi. Va ular bolalar uchun, o'quvchilar, o'rganuvchilar uchun har qanday IT sohalarni o'rganishni mutlaqo bepul qilib qo'yishdi va u yerda kerakli barcha jihozlarni, kompyuter asboblarini tayyor holatda qilib qo'yishdi. Ya'ni o'quvchilar bemalol kirib foydalanib, ularni o'rganishligi va o'z sohalarida yetuk mutaxassis bo'lishliklari uchun. Va yana bunga qo'shimcha qilib aytishimiz mumkinki, bu sohalarga biz kiber xavfsizlikni ham keltirishligimiz mumkin. Kiber xavfsizlik ham hozirgi kunda rivojlanib kelayotgan va zamonaviy kasblar hisobiga kirsa va bu kiber xavfsizlik yo'nalishlariga hattoki universitetlarda alohida yo'nalish sifatida ham kiritildi va talabalar u yerga kirib o'zlarini bilimlarini yanada mustahkamlab yetuk mutaxassis bo'lishga tayyor bo'lib chiqadi. Hattoki chetga chiqib o'qib o'tirishligi ham shart emas. Ya'ni O'zbekistonda o'zida yetarlicha bilimlarni olib, yaxshi mutaxassis bo'la olishadi. Va chet tillarni o'qitish tizimini yaratish borasida ham prezidentimiz juda ko'p islohotlar olib borishdi. Bunga misol keltirib, biz chet tillarini hattoki maktab yoshlarida, kichik yoshlardan o'rgatishni qo'shlikni kiritishimiz mumkin. Bilamizki, hozir maktablarda 1-sinflardan boshlab ingliz tilini o'rganish yo'lga qo'yilgan va 2-sinfdan boshlab rus tili fani qo'shilgan. Va ba'zi bir xususiy maktablarda boshlang'ich sinflardan boshlab nafaqat rus tili, ingliz tili, balkim arab tili, balkim fransuz yoki nemis, xitoy tillari kabilar qo'shilgan va bu islohotlarga yorqin bir misol bo'la oladi. Va shunga qo'shib, hozir bizda ibrat maktablari bor va shunga o'xshash ba'zi mukofotlar bor va ularni o'quvchilar yutsa, chet tilini o'rganib, u mukofotlarni olishsa, chetda o'qib kelishlari va ularning kontrakt va u yerda borib o'qib kelish barcha xarajatlari qoplanadi. Shu nima deydi, jamg'armalar nomida. Ya'ni kim chet tilini o'rganishga yana ham ularga ko'proq motivatsiya berishlik uchun. Keyingi savolga. Next question is a man crosses the border every day on a motorbike. A man crosses the border every day on a motorbike with 2 bags of sand. The police suspected that he was smuggling illegal goods into the country. However, the detective couldn't find anything when he checked the bags. Yet the man was arrested. Why? Justify your answer. For this question, I think the man was crossed the border illegally, so police arrested him. From other point, no, that's so. Yes.
Why was that man arrested or sentenced by police? Just guess.
Crossed the border illegally, I think.
Yeah.
And maybe crosses the border. Maybe people do not cross the border with a motorbike. It isn't legal. So, bularmi? Bu kishimi? Qumab o'tish balkim illegaldir. Chunki qumni ichiga ko'pgina har xil moddalarni aralashtirib olib o'tib ketishlik mumkin. Maybe giyohvand moddalar.
Thank you. Keyingisi, Farmaqon savolimiz.
Kim?
Assalomu alaykum. Ismim Sulton Mamedova Diyorat Hamdon qizi. Mana shu litseydagi ingliz tili o'qituvchisi lavozimiga ishga topshirganman. Hop. Birinchi savoldan boshlayman. The first question is subject verb agreement with tricky nouns, and I'm going to be using the Uzbek language to explain this topic. I think this is a little bit name, right? Well, first of all, we use subject verb agreement to make sentences in English, and it's very necessary in order to make complex or compound sentences as well. And in English, the structure is going to be subject verb complement modifier that really differs from Uzbek language. Uzbek tilida biz gapirayotganimizda odatda birinchiga keladi, keyin oxirgi qismida keladi. And whenever I'm explaining such kind of topics to my students, I usually say imagine subject and verb as your parents. Ya'ni subject bilan verbni, ya'ni ega bilan kesimni ota-onamizda ko'ramiz, ya'ni ularsiz oila bo'lmaganda, ularsiz gap ham bo'lmaydi desak. And that's why we always have to have subject and verb. Yani doim gapimizda ega bilan kesim bo'lishi kerak deyman. But in English, the subject always needs verb next to them. Yani bitta mentalitetga bog'layman, chunki doim o'zidan keyin fe'l kelishi kerak. Chunki inglizlarda bilsanglar o'sha turmush o'rtog'i bir-biriga juda ham qadrli hisoblanadi. Lekin o'zbeklarda baribir bizda o'rtada oilada farzand turadi birinchi o'rinda. O'shaning uchun to'ldiruvchi hol bu o'sha farzandlar bo'lib keladi. Endi the streaky nouns keladigan bo'lsa, bu qoidani o'zim chiqarganman, hech qanaqa grammatika kitobda yo'q. He, she, it, ya'ni o'zbek tilida uga to'g'ri keladigan olmoshlarimiz, and then like the nouns that are like related to this pronouns always takes the verbs that ends with s. Ya'ni doim o'ziga s bilan tugagan fe'llarni oladi. For example, to be da oladigan bo'lsa is da oladi, negative da oladigan bo'lsa does, doesn't, so'roq da oladigan bo'lsa does, oddiy fe'l da oladigan bo'lsa study, studies. Agar mabodo why s deb savol beradigan bo'lsa, masalan, nimaga u ko'proq raqsga tushadimi mendan ko'ra deydigan bo'lsa, first of all, English is derived from different language, something like, let's say, French or like German language, ya'ni o'sha bu fransuz tilidan, nemis tili, italyanskiy tillardan kirib kelgan. That's why o'shani o'zini qoidasi bilan kirib kelganda, aniq bitta, like I cannot say there is a rule for that why we add s, but it is a rule. That's why we always have to add s with the verbs that come with the he, she, it only. And when it comes to the negative and question, bitta gapga bitta s yetadi xolos. O'shaning uchun do ga s qo'shilib does bo'lib qolgani uchun fe'limiz oddiy holatga o'tib qoladi. I just say. Well, this was the first question.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is the difference between the verb, subject verb agreement? A number of people, many people.
Well, when we say many people, we usually use the verb in plural. We say many people study here, and when we mean a number of, we usually use the singular verb because it means, if I'm not mistaken, it meant like the one group of people. That's why like it considered as like a number of people. That's why we use the verb in singular. For example, a number of people is here. We say. Bu birinchi savolga edi. Savol bo'lmasa, ikkinchi savolga o'tayman.
Okay.
Murojaatlarning shakllari va turlarini tahlil qiling. Murojaat o'sha boya aytib o'tganlaridek biror bir inson tomonidan davlat organlariga qilinadigan holat hisoblanadi. Endi murojaatlarning turlari demak bizda ariza, shikoyat, taklif bo'lishi mumkin. Ariza biror bir masalan ishga kirayotgan vaqtda yozishi mumkin yokida ishda biror bir sabab bilan yozishi mumkin. Ishdan chiqayotgan vaqtda shikoyat biror bir bo'lgan vaziyat yokida o'sha biror bir insonga qilingan nohaqlik ustidan davlat organlariga berilgan murojaat bo'lishi mumkin. Taklif bo'ladigan bo'lsa, bu o'sha biror bir joyni yaxshilash yokida biror bir aytaylik, masalan, davlat strategiyasi tuziladigan bo'lsa, u strategiyani o'zgartirish yokida unga qo'shimchalar qo'shish bo'yicha ham taklif kiritish mumkin bo'ladi aslida. Va shu bilan birgalikda adashmasam murojaatlar anonim tarzda ham berish mumkin bo'ladi. Masalan, shaxsini bildirmagan holatda asosan takliflarda bo'lishi mumkin. Ko'p joylarda ko'ramiz. Ya'ni murojaat va takliflar, masalan, institutda o'qiyman, institutda ham biror bir narsa bo'yicha shikoyatingiz yokida takliflaringiz bo'ladigan bo'lsa, o'sha bot orqali anonim tarzda murojaat qilishingiz mumkin deyshadi. Va shu bilan birgalikda murojaatlarni og'zaki, elektron yozma shaklda berish mumkin. Elektron hozirgi kunda o'sha Nagos portallaridan tashqari hozirgi kunda o'sha Telegram sahifalari orqali ham murojaat qilish mumkin. Ikkinchi savolga javob. Okay, the third question is describe a time when you were scared. Describe a frightening experience you had. You should say when it happened, where it happened, why you were scared, how you felt about it. Justify your answer. Well, to be honest, I try to be away from the situations where I get scared because after being frightened, I don't feel myself very good, and I cannot forget that situation for a long time. I don't have a memory that just forgets everything. And the situations that I was in actually is not a little bit scared, but it felt scared for me. And it happened 2 years ago when I was flying to Pakistan with my teachers. We were going on a business trip from university. It was conducted by the government. And it was because of UNESCO. We had to go there and we had to have Uzbek Showcase days. And we had to have some cooperation with them. And we had a stop, 4-hour stop at Abu Dhabi airport. And when we landed there, when we wanted to enter the airport, the thing started there. They didn't allow our male teachers to enter there. And to my surprise, we had 7 female teachers and then 13 male teachers, and the police, the security system asked us to just head to the check-in and then head to the register. But I was frightened because I was the only girl who knew the English there. And one of our teachers had her daughter with her, and she was only 1 year old, and it was about 1 or 2 a.m. at that time in Abu Dhabi. And it was like 12 a.m. I didn't know what to do. I just called my parents and they were scared. And like we just had to the register, and we didn't know what to do, because when we wanted to, when we tried to contact with each other, the WhatsApp didn't work there, Telegram didn't work there. I didn't know what to do. It was my first time being in the like foreign country, you know, like I was totally scared. We had 4 hours stop, but like my teachers were not there. There were a lot of like, everybody seemed very scary to me, you know, the faces and then the way they talked to me. I felt like as if I'm gonna stay here, I'm gonna be immigrant here. I don't know, like I didn't know what to do. And we just had the chat, and then they didn't allow them to enter whatever they did. As it was night in Pakistan as well. Like they had difficulties connecting to the people there. We were waiting, and there were luggage, and each of them were something like 20 kilos, and we had 21 luggage. Can you imagine girls carrying them? I was so scared. I just carried everything and then put it on the loader, and we were going up. We were so thirsty, didn't have chance, we didn't have money, nobody knew what was happening, nobody knew what we were going to do, and we didn't even feel how the 4 hours passed with us. And like one man came and then gave a luggage to our friend and then asked, can you pass it? And we were scared, you know, like I was scolding her, why did you take it? Because like, you know, you don't know what kind of things they have in the luggage, right? And then we gave it back. And then when we were waiting for our male teachers, one security man from Pakistan, and then who like used to serve in Abu Dhabi, I guess, he gave, I think like a candy to one of the girls, and then she took it and she ate it. I was so scared. I was like, for real, girl, like, what if you don't know? What if, like, what's inside? You don't know anything. And, like, we waited there, and when the 20 minutes left for our flight, actually, I was planning to enter the duty-free shops, you know, doing a little bit shopping, because we had 4 hours, you know. But to my surprise, I didn't enjoy any of it. I was so nervous. I even wanted to cry there, But when the 20 minutes left to our flight, they allowed our male teachers to pass, and then we ran. I don't know, like, I think till 4 a.m. in the morning, I didn't know how it passed. I didn't know what happened, and I was so exhausted, so hungry, and so thirsty. And I realized why they say, like, you're not a real person until you travel somewhere, because, like, you don't know what will happen. And after being in such kind of situations now, I think I can handle myself, and I think I can do a lot of things. And the worst part was also like, you cannot complain about anything there. If you shout, if you speak, you don't know, maybe they will put you in jail, you know. I said, like, I'm not going to risk. We gotta stay here. We don't know. I don't care. If something happens, I will call my parents, and they were checking on me. But thank God we were able to get to our location. Time. But like, it was one of the
Are there any advantages of experiencing such kind of?
Yes, of course, there are a lot of advantages. Like, first of all, you will understand how to behave yourself when you are in such kind of advantage. And secondly, you gotta see the advantage of the language, you know, you gotta talk to people in English, you gotta ask what is happening, you know, anyways, they're going to tell. And thirdly, I guess, like, you gotta know, like, what to do before going there, what kind of things you should have. Like, you will know everything beforehand. Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to ask about your dreadful event. I just want to get to know about what was unforgettable impression when you were staying in Pakistan.
Well, for me, I had worst unforgettable, I don't know, like the memory, and then the best. The worst was like, the country didn't feel right to me, because I was so scared. Everybody was with the guns, you know, like nobody is like in Uzbekistan. I was like, I had a video on, I was saying, how did I come here? Well, where am I going? But the best part was like, we were treated like VIP members, you know, and we went to the historical place, which was built by the child of the Babur, I think, Akbar Shah, if I'm not mistaken. And they said, you are the queens here. And my hard work was appreciated there. I was a translator there. I was translating everything on the spot. They were talking, I was translating, and they kind of appreciated our work. I was so happy for that.
Qo'rqqaningiz haqida shuncha gap.
Rahmat.
Rahmat. Hamma bir imkoniyat Diyorlar ki kim kuruldu kızları?
Bosito.
Basit mi? Otur oluyor.
Başlayalım.
Kulağımızda.
The first question.
Hurmatli nomzodlar, baholanishni haqiqatan o'qib eshitiraman. 0 ball savolga umuman javob bera olmaslik. 1 balldan 3 ballgacha savol bo'yicha umumiy tushunchaga ega emasligi. 4 balldan 7 ballgacha savolga umumiy yoki qisman javob berish va 8 balldan 10 ballgacha savolga to'liq va atroflicha javob berish. Familiya ismingizni aytasiz va qaysi lavozimga nomzod ekanligingizni aytib, keyin javob berishni boshlaysiz. Marhamat.
Bositova Yulduz Habibullayevna. İngiliz tili o'qituvchisi lavozimiga nomzod. Okay, my first question is prepositions of position and movement. Prepositions is used for linking nouns, pronouns, and other phrases in the sentences, and they are divided many parts according to the place, time, function, and position and movement. Now I should speak about position and movement. Onto through these prepositions uses for position and movement. For example, if I give example, I go home through three-line street, or I go to work by bus. Students into the classroom. And the next question, elektron hujjatning rekvizitlari haqida ma'lumot bering. Hozirgi kunda hamma sohalarda ham hujjat topshirishlar barchasi elektron tarzda olib borilyapti. Uydan chiqmagan holda, uyda o'tirib, davlat xizmatlariga barcha tashkilotlarga elektron tarzda hujjat topshirish juda ham ommalashyapti. Bu kunning davrimizning rivojlanayotganidan darak beradi. To'g'risi bu ikkinchi savolga yaxshi javob tushunmadim to'g'risi. Uchinchisi, mutaxassisligimizga mos ekan ikkinchi savol, shunga to'g'ri javob bera olmadim. Uchinchisi, describe a time I had to search for information about a book which your friend advised you. Okay, 2 months ago, my friend advised me the book Choloqshu. I saw the film which made according to the book, but never I read the book. The film liked me because the main character Faraday was stood out from the crowd with his patience and brilliant character. I have finished the book in 1 week. The book has some difference from the film. Producer couldn't manage it all events pictured in the film. I always prefer watching films instead of reading the books, but now I know that books contains all events from little one to the small. It's all.
Could you speak about any books you have read?
From my bookshelf, yes.
According to your question, which book you must describe it?
Now I describe it about Choloqshu.
Do'stingiz o'sha kitobni tavsiya qilganda
Yes.
o'sha vaziyatni tasvirlab berib javobingizni asoslang. Sizlar aniqlashtiruvchi savolinglar bormi? Berdinglar?
How did you find it? That
For the bookshop.
Abrorga savollaringiz bormi? Keyingisi.
Assalomu alaykum, men ismim Nasiba, Erkashboyeva Nasiba. Mana shu yuridik litseyga ingliz tili fani o'qituvchisi nomzodligiga nomzod sifatida tanlandim. So I would like to tell about the first question. Are public gardens very important in your country? Well, from my perspective, absolutely. In our country, public gardens are significant, especially for keeping fresh environment, because we know air pollution is increasing all over the world day by day. That's why we need public gardens, because trees helps pure and clean, fresh in our for environments, and so we need increase public gardens in our country. How? For example, in our country, there are lots of location we didn't use any purpose, like any mountain or fields. In any fields, we need use these locations for creating and creating public gardens.
Can you count our public gardens in our city?
Public gardens. No. Public gardens, yes, we have.
Was a statue for them? Leopard.
Of course. And also, we can say public gardens, our park, for example, Aksona or Bobur Park, absolutely there are. We can count garden public garden. So, keyingi savol, davlat fuqarolik xizmati to'g'risidagi qonunga muvofiq davlat fuqarolik xizmatchisiga qanday rag'batlantirish nazarda tutilgan? Men fikrimcha, aynan mana shu qonunga muvofiq har bir fuqarolik xizmatchisiga birinchi navbatda o'z huquqlaridan foydalanish nazarda tutilgan. Ammo bu aynan mana shu qonun haqida menda avval bu qonun bilan tanishib chiqmaganligim uchun deyarli fikrlarim. Boshqa savol bersangiz harakat qilib ko'rardik.
Nima rag'batlantirish degani nimani nima haqida xayolingizga nima keladi rag'batlantirish degani?
Rag'batlantirish deganda biror bir shaxsni qilgan mehnatiga, biror bir erishgan yutug'iga, deylik biror bir sohada faoliyat yuritadi. Mana shu soha faoliyatida biror bir yutuqqa erishsa yoki yaxshi mehnat faoliyatini ko'rsatsa, mana shu rahbariyat tomonidan yoki davlat tomonidan mana shu fuqaroni rag'batlantirish, ya'ni mana shu sohada yanada yuksalishiga yordam berish yoki moddiy yoki ma'naviy rag'batlantirish berish uchun tushunaman.
Moddiyga nima kirishi mumkin?
Moddiga deylik, aynan mana shu sohada unga nima kerak? For example, laptop, kompyuter kerak bo'lishi mumkin yoki texnologiya. Mana shu sohada ishlatishi mumkin bo'lgan yoki o'zi
Qayerda ishlaysiz, Nasiba?
maktabda.
Siz maktab direktori tomoningizdan qanaqa rag'batlantirishni xohlaysiz?
Birinchi navbatda men o'z faoliyatimni yanada yaxshiroq, bolalarga yanada yaxshiroq bilim berishim uchun sinf xonasini eng zamonaviy o'sha texnologiyalardan foydalangan holatda jihozlanishini xohlardim.
Yo'q, shaxsan o'zingiz.
Shaxsan o'zimga. Promotion sifatida.
Yaxshi ishlayapman. Rahbarim bilmayapti, sizga o'shanda xohlaysiz.
Albatta, qanaqadir tashakkurnoma emas, albatta. Kichkinagina aloqa listiga. Xo'p, undan tashqari albatta moddiy. Birinchi navbatda agar menda tanlash huquqi berilganda, xohlagan narsamni tanlash huquqi berilganda, men birinchi navbatda sayohat qilishni tanlagan bo'lardim. Albatta dengiz bo'ylariga borish emas, albatta. Aynan rivojlangan davlatlarda o'zimni soham bo'yicha yoki o'zimni outlookimni oshirishga yordam bera oladigan biror bir bilimlar olib kelishim mumkin bo'lgan biror bir sayohatni tanlagan bo'lardim. Shunaqa joydagi universitetlarga. Okay, so when it comes to the next question, so that's very interesting question for me, and I love this topic. So they often buy things at big shops or small shops. So actually, I am shopaholic and I love purchasing like clothes, perfumes, like this. So we know in our region, in Namangan, there are lots of big shops. Yes, we have some megapolis or shopping center, but lots of there aren't lots of big shops, so that Yo'q, Ergashboyeva Nasiba.
O'sha kechirasiz.
So I usually buy things at small shops for my needed things like clothes or that's all.
What are the differences between small shops and big shops?
Difference. Okay, so the main difference is we can anything we need. We can anything find things from big shops, and small shops hasn't this option. Right?
I have a question for you. Have you ever done shopping for charity? If you have done, describe it.
Charity.
Have you ever done your shopping for charity?
Charity.
Yes.
Yes. Some years ago, I mean, double years ago, in December 3, we know the charity for, I mean, mehribonlik uyi, 3 dekabr bilamiz, mehribonlik uyi nogironlar kuni bo'lganligi sababli, yes, we did charity for children in our school. So in our family, we bought some needed things like diapers, toys, and clothes for these children.
Rahmat, keyingisi. Ergashi va muhtarol.
Assalomu alaykum. Mening ismim Ergashev Mahnaroy. İsmim Ergashev Mahnaroy. Toshkent davlat yuridik universiteti huzuridagi Muhitdinova nomidagi akademik litseyga ingliz tili o'qituvchisi bo'yicha nomzodman. When it comes to questions, the first one is tell us about two and enough. Two and enough are the words of quantity. Two means more than necessary, and enough is as necessary as. Two is often used in negative meaning. For example, this bag is too heavy. This bag is heavy enough. Two means more than necessary. I mean more heavy, much heavy. And this bag is heavy enough. It can be, what can I say? You can bring with you in enough. But in two, you cannot lift. You cannot lift. And the second, can I? Jamoatchilik nazorati obyekti haqida ma'lumot bering. Jamoatchilik nazorati haqida gapiradigan bo'lsak, avvalo nazorat qiladigan mahalda jamoaning qonun qoidalariga rioya qilish kerak, atrof muhitga zarar bermaydigan holda jamoani nazorat qilish kerak. Bir-birini huquq va manfaatlarini hurmat qilish kerak. Bir-birini hurmat qilgan holda bir-birini nazorat qilish kerak, atrof muhitga zarar yetkazmagan holda hamda insonlarni kamsitmagan holda. Men asosan shuni tushundim jamoatchilik nazorat obyekti deganda.
Komissiya a'zolari savoli bor. Abrorbek savoli bor.
Jamoatchilik nazorati obyekti jamoatchilik to'g'risidagi qonun bilan tartibga solinadi.
Keyingisi bo'ldi.
Citizen is summed up when he tried to get a job at a cotton mill. The personal inspector asked him to bring a description from his last place of work and the educational institution he had graduated from. Otherwise, he wouldn't be hired. Explain whether this requirement of the enterprise administration is legal or illegal. Justify your answer. I think in this situation it is legal because everywhere if someone want to get a job, they have to give description or some kind of information about their own personal information. Because personal inspector have to know and has to make sure whether it is she submitted a crime or not, whether she's submitted crime or not, and the information about educational degree. First of all, because in Uzbekistan every year every person has has to give their personal information to their workplace. In this situation, he asked him to bring his last place of work, because in the last place they know much about him, and he what can I say? By this, they make sure whether it is suitable or not for work.
Okay, according to this case, what do you think? It's illegal situation or legal situation?
I can think legal.
Legal.
I can think.
It's your opinion. Yeah?
Yes.
Legal situation.
Keyingi so'tin. Keyingi ishimiz.
Assalomu alaykum. Lutfiddinova Hilola. Lutfiddinova Hilola. Birinchi savolga
Baholash nimasini eshitdingizmi siz? Yo, siz kirganingizda o'qimadimmi?
eshitdim.
Baholash
Eshitdim, ha, mana eshitdim. A man eats dinner, goes up to his bedroom. Birinchi savolda qayerqadir this is a logic question, that's why I have no idea about this question. A man eats dinner, goes up to his bedroom, turns off the lights, and goes to sleep. In the morning, he wakes up and looks outside. Horrified at what he sees, he hurls himself out of his window to his death. Why does he do this? Justify your answer. I didn't understand the question. Tell the truth. I have no idea. Some kind of logical question? No idea. Birinchi savolda tushunmadim. Javob yo'q. Logicheskiy savolligi ko'rinib turibdi, lekin o'qidim, javobni aniq qila olmadim. Shuning uchun menda javob yo'q bu savolga.
Bu хотя бы
Agar
приблизительно matn atrofida aylanadi.
qandaydir grammar savol menda umuman tushmabdi. Qanaqadir grammar savol bo'lganda jon deb vokruг да около yurishga ham haligi atrofida savol o'shanga.
Okay, what would you do if you were that man? Let's say about your situation, just by impressive, by imaginary, what would you do if you were that man in the case?
It means here he died.
Savol bersam aniqlashtirmoqchi. Masalan, bu holat bo'lsa ham boshqa holatda joniga qasd qildi.
Ha.
Joniga qasd qildi. Bu oldingi kuni normalniy bo'lgan.
Ha, keldi uyga, ovqatlandi.
Joniga qasd qilgandan keyin
Nimaga qildi deyapti.
nimalar bo'ladi? Nimaga qilganini aniqlash uchun nimalar bo'ladi?
Ekspertiza bo'ladi. For example, if I were that man, I would never do this. I don't know, I didn't understand.
Keyingi so'tin.
What is your area of specialization? Teaching English. Studying different methods of teaching English to students of different ages. I have bachelor's and master's degree in my field, and I have experience in teaching English. For example, I have worked with students different ages, from kids to adults. This is my
Have you ever regretted about your choice?
never. No, never. I don't know. I always say that not me, not I chose the profession. Profession chose me. Yes, yes. From my childhood, I used to love English. I don't know. I never dreamt about it. Never about becoming teacher, English teacher. But I don't know. This is like. My teacher that who taught me English, he himself called me to start working in his school, in his educational center. That's why, okay, I had no experience that time, no experience. I wasn't a student even, and I started teaching, and day by day I improved myself. And now I am really happy that I chose this profession because I love kids. I love kids. I love working with kids. But it doesn't mean that I worked only with kids. I worked with different age students, even with people who are 50 years old, with teachers that work at institutes, universities. I love my profession.
Okay, I have a question for you. I got your from ideas. Your occupation is enjoyable for you, yes?
Yes.
Especially for kids. And what about adults?
Adults, of course, it's different teaching adults and kids. Of course, there is a big difference. With adults, you should be more like, I wouldn't say that you should be serious. No. For example, teaching English for me, it's not about learning grammar, learning rules. No. If a student, for example, adult, learns grammar, some kind of rules, structures by heart, it doesn't mean that he or she can use it in real life. My teaching method is to make them speak. Make them speak from the first lesson. That's why, for example, with adults, I use some kind of interesting methods like games, activities. My lesson includes, for example, one lesson includes listening, reading, writing, speaking skills. Everything at once.
Do you consider yourself you are a good tutor or excellent educator? Which one?
I think both. Yes, both. Because teachers, actually, they are like psychologists. For the first place, they are psychologists. They must know about how their students feel. For example, if a student comes to the lesson sad or aggressive, it doesn't mean that he's bad. You should work with his or her problems also. And then, for example, that student will understand you, will understand what you teach. We are like instructors. We show them what to do, how to do, but they themselves should go. Yana bir uchinchi savolim bor. Jamoatchilik ekspertizasi deganda nimani tushunasiz? Bu savolni ham polniy anaqa yoritib bera olmayman. Menimcha jamoatchilik ekspertizasi deganda qandaydir ekspertizani amalga oshirishda jamoatni jalb qilish bo'lsa kerak.
Uchinchi savol.
Shu menimcha. Jamoatchilik ekspertizasi deganda nimani tushunasiz deyilgan. Shu menimcha ekspertiza qandaydir ekspertizani amalga oshirishda, masalan, ko'chada bo'ladimi, qayerda bo'ladi, jamoatdan odamlarni jalb qilish bo'lsa kerak.
Развивать свою. Версию. Дальше.
Дальше не могу. Все.
Чем они занимаются?
Чем они занимаются?
Экспертиза.
Эксперты? Они изучают определенную, например, как если возникла какая-то проблема, они изучают, находят причину проблемы, и в этом участвуют люди, общество. Наверное, вот это и называется общественная экспертиза, экспертиза. Они изучают проблему, они находят причину, они находят решение, как решить эту проблему. И в итоге вывод, нашли, вот вывод это значит нашли какое-то решение к проблеме.
Комиссия savollar bor. Abrorbek savollaringiz bormi? Rahmat.
Rahmat.
Школа снор.
Savolar. The first question is possessive.
Школа снор.
Menga emas. Mikrofonga aytasiz. Zamas ketyapti. Gромко.
Школа снора Nurmuhammadovna.
Qaysi lavozimga nomzodsiz?
Ingliz tili fani o'qituvchisi.
Школа ekani.
Javob beraman.
Birinchi savol. Possessive. I guess it's not grammar, yes?
Grammar.
Grammar?
Yes. Possessive.
Possessive pronoun, yes? Possessive pronoun, it's possessive is the pronoun, and according to the name of the grammar topic, we can know what is the topic about. Possessive, who possess the something. It means the possessive pronouns are my, his, her, your, like this, and we use them, they are our, we use them with nouns before nouns, we use them, and it shows who possesses the thing. For example, if the bag is whose bag is it, we can ask, and the answer will be my bag. In this situation, this is possessive pronoun, and possessive adjective we have possessive pronoun. And
It's up to you. It would be better if you describe common information depending on noun. Of course, it's up to you. You can add adjective examples.
And sometimes not only pronoun, we can show the who possesses the thing when we use the noun, or the owner is not the pronoun. We can say, for example, we can say Nigora's book, it's with apostrophe and S. If it's in plural, students' knowledge, we should use only apostrophe in order not to use S 2 times. And we also have the possessive, it's possessive adjective, my, your, his, her, their, our, and possessive pronoun, it's mine, his, hers, ours, like this. And we don't use noun after these pronouns, mine after mine or yours. We mustn't use the noun. This is.
Next question.
Ikkinchisi o'taman. Ikkinchi savol. Fuqarolarning muomala layoqati degandan nima tushunasiz? fuqarolarning muomala layoqati o'sha jamiyatda boshqalar bilan muloqotga kira olish layoqati, ya'ni masalan har xil vaziyat bo'lishi mumkin. Oiladagi bir-biri bilan muloqoti, ish joyida bo'lsa ish joyidagi insonlar bilan o'zaro muloqoti, jamoat joylaridagi umuman boshqa insonlar bilan muloqotga kirisha olish va ziddiyatli vaziyatlar kelganda o'sha vaziyatdan to'g'ri chiqa olish qobiliyati muomala muloqoti, muomala layoqati deb taxmin qilib aytdim.
Keyingisi.
An old man Ankit lives alone in a flat. This is a situation. Because of his age, he is not able to move comfortably, and hence most of the things used to be delivered to his house. On Friday, while delivering the mail, postman feels something suspicious in the flat and tried to look inside through the keyhole, and he saw a blood-filled body of the old man. CID arrived at the scene on the outside of flat. He found 2 bottles of warm milk, Tuesday newspaper, some unopened mails, some gifts. CID wasted no time to find the murderer. Who was the murderer? Justify your answer. It's here that an old man lives alone, and because of his age, he is not able to move, and has most of the things is to be delivered to his house. That's why I guess the murderer is someone who delivers things to him from maybe social help. The deliverer who delivered the things, maybe he had argue with the old man, maybe. I think that it was a man who delivered things to the house.
Why? What is the reason?
The reason, the old man maybe he was old, that's why he is maybe aggressive, he is a bit, he didn't have a good mood. That's why maybe he asked some other help that the deliverer didn't need to do. That's why maybe he wanted him to do the other things, house chores maybe, to help him to do. Maybe he demanded him to do these kind of things. Maybe they had argued, he fighted, he shouted. The deliverer or the representative of the social help was angry. That's why he couldn't help being peaceful, calm. The result was murder.
Bo'ldimi? Rahmat. Suradan tashqarida komissiya o'z natijalarini birozdan keyin e'lon qiladi. Hurmatli ekspert komissiyada a'zolari, hozir birinchi yo'nalish bilan uchinchi yo'nalish yuzasidan fikringni bildirib o'tasizlar. Bunaqa tartibda ishlaylik. Biz komissiya familiya aytamiz, sizlar o'zingizning xulosangni aytasizlar, keyin shunga qarab baholaymiz. Abduvohidov Asrorjon.
Speaking yaxshi, o'zini yaxshi.
Birinchi savol bilan, birinchi savolda shunaqa.
Birinchi savolga 5 balldan 5 ball qo'ydim. Uchinchi savolga 5 balldan 4 ball qo'ydim. Speaking yaxshi, o'zini tutishi yaxshi, ingliz tilida gapirish layoqati mavjud.
Birinchi savolni grammatikada.
Conditional.
Grammatikaga to'g'ri yo noto'g'ri javob berganini aytasiz.
To'g'ri javob berdim.
Uchinchi yo'nalish bo'yicha.
To'g'ri javob berdi, mavzudan chiqadi.
Asosan o'sha yerda so'z boyligiga, fikrini bayon etish qobiliyatiga, arab tiliga baho berasiz.
Endi men shu bolani umuman hamma kandidatlari ham gapirishida asosan IELTS darajaga moslab oldim. Yuqori B2 va C1, quyi C1 darajalarda gapira oladi. Gapirish darajasi, so'z boyligi, grammatikasi ham shunga mutanosib.
Asrorbek.
Ashqu va Husnora oxirida javob berdi.
Ashqur va Husnora grammatik savoliga to'liq yoritib bera olmadi, birinchi grammatik savolga. Eng sodda qismini aytdi xolos, keyin yoritib bera olmadi. Uchinchisi Keyiz ekan, speakingini hisobga oldim, savoliga javob topa olmadi, lekin fikrlarini bildirdi. B2 darajada.
Eruza siz fikringiz?
Qoida va misollar, qoida deyarli yo'q, asosan misollardan boshladi. Misollar ham to'liq yoritib bera olmadi, lekin gapida grammatik xatolar yo'q, darajasi o'rtacha.
Azimova Sitora.
Yo'q, bizda unaqa yo'q.
Positivlik.
Buzrukova Ergashboyeva Nasiba.
Nasiba birinchi savolga o'rtacha yaxshi javob berdi. Qoida kamroq, lekin misollar bor. Talaffuzda to'xtalishlar bo'lganligi uchun uchinchi savolga to'liq javob bermadi deb ayta olaman.
Xo'p, ikkala savolda ham asosan fikr bildiradigan savollar tushdi. Speakingga oid nima grammatik savol tushmadi. Xo'p, darajasi shu yuqori B2 darajada gapira oladi. Chunki to'xtalishlar bir-ikki o'zini to'g'ri grammatik xatolarini to'g'rilab ketdi. Shunaqa joylari bor.
Ma'lumotlari qisqa bo'ldi. Keys xato aytdi, chunki bu yerda noqonuniy edi. Keys u qiz qonuniy dedi. Speakingda ham to'xtalishlar bor. Yuqori B2 darajasini, o'rta B2 darajasini bersak bo'ladi.
Menda ham xuddi shunaqa, shu grammatik savollari yaxshi yoritib bera olmadi, javobni.
Birinchi savol.
Birinchi grammatik savolga
javob bermadi.
Yo'q, qisqa. To'g'ri javob bergan, savoldan chiqib ketmagan, lekin to'liq yoritib bera olmagan. Qisqa boshlang'ich ma'lumotni berdi. O'sha gapirishi B2 darajada. Bu qizga grammatik savol tushmadi. Birinchi savolga o'sha keys bo'lgani uchun javob bermadi, gapirmadi, lekin ikkinchi savolda karyerasi haqida gapirdi. Yuqori B2, quyi C1 darajalarda gapirdi.
Hozir bunga qonunchilikka oid savoli xulolada. Uchinchida chiqib qoldi. Shunga adashmaylik komissiya.
Uchinchida chiqdi. O'rtada birinchi savol keys ingliz tilida bo'ldi, ikkinchi savol karyerasi haqida gapirish bo'ldi.
So'z boyligi yaxshimi?
Yaxshi. Nutqi yaxshi.
Ikkinchisi nima edi?
Ikkinchisi kasb haqida gapirdi.
Spetsialist haqida gapirdi. Yaxshi gapirdi.
Diyora Sultonova.
Bu qiz speakingi yaxshi, faqat Uchinchi savol o'zi 2 minutlik gapni, aniq gapni, lo'nda gapni informatsiyani talab qiladi, lekin reglamentga umuman amal qilmadi. Bu qo'rqib ketishdan tashqari u yerdagi boshqa holatlarni ham qo'shib gapirdi. Gapirishi lekin yaxshi, yuqori sivan darajaga olib borsak bo'ladi.
Maksimal emas u.
Birinchisi grammatik.
Ha, grammatikaga to'g'ri javob berdi.
To'g'ri javob berdi.
Hop. Oxirgisida nima haqida? So'z boyligi yaxshimi?
Gapirishiga gap yo'q.
Gapirishi, so'z boyligi yaxshi. Faqat reglamentga amal qilmadi. Chunki bu savol 2 minut.
Reglament nimadami?
Gapirayotganda.
Нет, mana komissiyada reglament bo'lmaydi. Tushuntira oldimmi? Sizlar nima bilan bog'layapsizlar-da?
Sifr bilan bog'layapmiz. Sifr bilan.
Ha, shu tushundim. Просто bu yerda reglament haqida emas demoqchi. Hop, Tursunaliyeva Barham.
Ikkinchidagi. Ha, bu ham grammatik savollarga bog'lovchilar tushganda eng oddiy sodda bog'lovchilari misollar bilan tushuntirib berdi.
Yaxshi.
O'rtacha. Lekin yaxshi keng yoritilmadi-yu, o'rtacha tushuntirib bera oldi. Hop, uchinchi savolda ham ingliz tilida o'sha kazus inglizcha berilgandi. Siz qo'shimcha savol berdingiz.
Mana shu
gapirishi B2 darajada.
Kazusni o'zidan berdim, B2 ga ham chiqmadi, chunki
quyiroq B2.
Case'ni yaxshi tushunmaganligi uchun javob bera olmadi. Bu yerda asosiy javob noto'g'ri ketdi.
Ben 8 kişi.
Abdul.
Hop.
Üçüncüsü kitap haqida gapirdi.
Abrorbek, ekspertlarga savollaringiz bormi? Berilsa shahvozda o'tib.
Share those words.
Ama şunu çıkıyor. Bu yarım dakika. Ucunda sıklar. Fotoğraf oyuncusu şu.
Zahirliye kendileri namaz kızları.
Mahlar.
İyi usul.
Uzman dokuz bozulmuş.
Close.
Diyora tashqarida deguncha.
Hurmatli nomzodlar, komissiyani xulosasini o'qib eshitiraman. Sulton Mamitova Diyora 88 ball, umumiy ko'rsatkichni 73%, Abdulvohidov Asrorjon 77 ball, umumiy ko'rsatkichni 64%, Ergashboyeva Nasiba 68 ball, umumiy ko'rsatkichni 56%, Lutfidinova Hilola 68 ball, umumiy ko'rsatkichni 56%, Bositova Yulduz 68, umumiy ko'rsatkichni 56%, Tursunaliyeva Barno 60 ball, umumiy ko'rsatkichni 50%, Ergasheva Mag'laro 59 ball, umumiy ko'rsatkichni 49%, Shurova Husnora 45 ball, umumiy ko'rsatkichni 37%. Tavsiya etiladi. Sulton Mamitova Diyora, Abdulvohidov Asrorjon va Ergashboyeva Nasiba. Zaxiraga olinadi Lutfidinova Hilola va Bositova Yulduz. Zaxiraga olinganlar bizda qo'shimcha tijoriy guruhlar ochilish nazarda tutilyapti. Qo'shimcha tijoriy guruh ochilgandan keyin zaxirada olganlarimizni qo'shimcha ishga qabul qilish imkoniyati bor. To'plagan ballaringlardan norozi bo'lsangiz yuqori turuvchi organga, ya'ni adliya vazirligiga yoki sudga murojaat qilish huquqiga ega ekanligingizni eslatib o'taman. Rahmat, sog' bo'ling.
Nasiba.